Let's move on. There'll be plenty more Ashes chat through the summer. Don't you worry about that. In fact, it will dominate the programme, I've no doubt. Peter, you've part-written with Sam Peters an article about the Champions Trophies on high security as another corruption scandal in Gulfs cricket. Hasten to add, the corruption scandal isn't in the Champions Trophy, nor do we think it will be, do we?
Well, we hope not. And certainly Steve Elworthy, the tournament director, has told us that as far as they're concerned, everything that needs to be in place is in place, and that's a lot, frankly. I mean, the players will find, and the match officials, that hotel rooms are off limits to everyone but the people who should be in there. Hotel floors are, that they will be moved from hotels to grounds, in almost like it's an exclusion zone, the players and match officials area it's known as. And it's indicative of the understanding of the risk and the threat that these things are happening. So they wouldn't be happening if there wasn't an issue.
So this is good then, basically?
Oh, it's very good, yeah. And also it's good that a light is being, shone on this. For too long, I think the game has tried to bumble along thinking that it's someone else's problem and it's happening elsewhere, but you have to be eternally vigilant, and that's not overstating it. IPL, BPL stories have come out this week which indicate that the match fixers are still trying to manipulate cricket for their ends, and we should not lose sight of that.
Andy Bull has written in The Observer an article along similar lines. Cricket will trip up if it sweeps the scandal under the carpet. What you're saying is they're not sweeping the scandal under the carpet, certainly not at international level.
No.
There's been a problem in IPL and BPL, which are domestic tournaments.
Yeah, but there was a problem in Test cricket in this country a couple of years ago with Pakistan. Mervyn Westfield, Danish Canaria, these are people playing in English cricket. It's not exclusive, it's not someone else's problem, it's everyone's problem. I think what is good in that regard is that these stories are coming out of IPL and BPL right now, just before the Champions Trophy, so that possibly that may act as a bit of a deterrent. I wouldn't bet on it, shall I say, but it's possible that by those stories coming out now, people might be slightly thinking, well, this is a good one to miss.
Lawrence, have you any major input into this?
Well, no matter how many measures you put in place to try and control the players, you are still at the mercy of the players' sense of responsibility, or whatever you want to call it, to the game. You can isolate them from people, you can stop people coming to their hotel rooms, but during the course of 3 weeks in England, you're not going to be able to stop players who have already got links with certain bookies making contact with them at some point. That is just human nature. We've seen it with, the IPL and the BPL are slightly different issues, because the IPL wasn't policed properly in its first couple of years, and Paul Condon, the former head of the ACSU, said himself that bad people started coming back into the game when these domestic 2020 tournaments started springing up. The IPL is full of conflicts of interest at the highest level. People, it's a business first and foremost, and sports second, so don't be terribly surprised if the players latch onto that. They're moving teams all the time, there's no sense of loyalty. The IPL is tailor-made, as are all these domestic 2020 tournaments, where the players feel no sense of kinship with the teams they're playing for corruption. I mean, the Champions Trophy should be different, but it's very hard to be absolutely certain about that these days.
Yeah, I just think it would be naive to think that this problem's going to vanish immediately. Education's the key, I think. And I know for certain in this country, the Professional Cricketers Association do work very hard.
Very strong.
Yeah, work very hard with the county cricketers. I mean, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
And people were ejected from grounds last year, by the way, domestic cricket matches, for manipulating odds on the mobile phone.
Lawrence,